Hi, my name is Enrique, and I'm one of the devs of Popup Dungeon. Popup Dungeon is a tactical RPG that basically lets you create any ability, character, equipment, enemy, or even game that you can imagine. What I'm looking at right now is actually the character select screen. I can also change the game up here. So I can go to my stories, I can go to runs, which are sort of just gameplay centered stuff. The stories, of course, are story driven. There are multiple stories, multiple runs. And then there's the Wizard's Tower, which is 25 campaigns of ever-increasing difficulty for you to face. So let's just pick some characters. I'm going to go with the sort of trifecta, the Cleric, Warrior, and Wizard. This download button over here is just so you can search the workshop, download all sorts of characters. We've got over 150 characters on there already. This spot up here next to the campaign is for modes. Once you beat a campaign, you can actually modify it with modes, and that can be almost anything that you can imagine. So let's jump into Sweetwater, which is the first of the story-driven campaigns. So these nodes that you're looking at here, I'm just going to explain real quick. You can import your own images, you can add sounds, you can do voiceovers. So just as I'm recording this voice here, and I say, "The next morning you deliver the doll to his daughter's arms. Like daddy," she beams. And continue on that way. You can add this to the card so it would play when a player opens it. So there we see we lost the doll, and we're going to go hunting for a towel.
Trust the axe.
So right away we get dropped into combat here. Sometimes the levels can be bigger, and when they are, you may not drop straight into an encounter. You can explore the level a bit. What? These animals don't usually attack. Oh well, angry meat is still meat. So something is brewing in this forest. This particular campaign begins, very humbly, I think like a lot of great D&D campaigns, and grows into something much bigger.
Where is my hat?
I don't know if I'm even allowed to say D&D, but you know what I mean. Tabletop campaigns. So, we have these cards down here. These are our abilities, and the 3 up there that you see in the blue seal is your AP. It correlates to these blue bubbles. The green is your movement, how much you can move. It takes AP to move as well, and the health is displayed in the green bar above. So let's start with this lightning bolt.
You cannot escape this.
So that took care of that little wolf pup. And now we can't quite get this frost bolt on that cub. That cub's going to be dangerous. So is this piglet. Everything's dangerous when you're just a small fry.
Who needs saving?
Alright, so we're looking at the turn order. We can see that the bear is going to go next. If I hover over the bear, I can see that he's not going to be able to get into Orin's range. But he might destroy a prop and get there. So I might still want to try to save him, but I can't get to him there either. I'm going to actually rely on a reaction if necessary. So this ability here, which I can't use, is not an activated ability. It's a reaction, and it's going to react whenever one of my allies takes damage. So see, there's that bear is breaking through, but he didn't have enough AP to attack. Well, he actually would have, but he didn't have the ability. So, friendly fire is on. But I'm a berserker and I'm pretty reckless, so... Sorry, Orin. And thankfully I've got my cleric to keep the berserker in check there, healing my wizard. Those reactions can be pretty much anything you can imagine. Movement, turn starts, turn ends, certain actions like getting stunned or what have you. And they can also be cumulative, so that you can trigger it once you've done a certain amount of damage, or moved a certain amount, or used a certain amount of action points.
Effort is the magic of man.
So now that the cooldown has come, I see this ability here has a cooldown. I'm going to drag it out to do a custom activation, so I can select where to activate it. And I'm going to give the berserker a little taste of his own medicine here. I'm going to activate from over here. This fireball.
Consume you.
Luckily, the berserker was protected by that shield there. Won't be too angry with me. So then I get my loot here. This lizard skin tank top is not very good for me. So I'm just going to sell it. You can drag it out and see what I have equipped to see how it's going to fare against it, how it compares. But I'm just going to sell this one because it wasn't an upgrade. And once the level is over,
Come on, one more ride.
I get my upgrade books here. Ooh, I got Savage Strike. This is a new ability, which I'm going to go ahead and give to my Berserker because wouldn't make much sense to give it to the Wizard. Then we've got a little roll here. I have to beat a 7. Yeah, I did it.
Another pillage.
Success. We got a skin, and that's going to be for crafting later on. And now night falls. And we enter night camp. We'll start a fire. And something stirs in the darkness. Let's see what it is.
Trust the axe.
Imps. Why did it have to be imps? Demons? What blight has brought these abominations to the forest? Watch your spacing. The bigger ones can spit fireballs. And right-click to inspect them. Thanks, Magnor, I know. So, let's rearrange ourselves here. Who's going first? That's this guy over here. And you can just press middle mouse button to center your camera there. It's very useful.
Here comes the maelstrom.
Let's see, we'll try this.
Used to all this darkness.
These imps can be pretty bad if they get going.
Who needs saving?
Alright. Who indeed does need saving?
Tread lightly. Glad to keep you from evil.
Alright, we'll move one back,
Go where I am needed.
and then the turn. Now this imp is gonna hit us. Uh-oh, he's sneaking it in. Ouch.
The elements do my bidding.
Now Frostbolt's strong against demons.
Is here with
You know, water beats fire. And now lightning does alright too. Well, not that time. We'll charge up unaimed shot, see if we can get that off, but I think Magnor's gonna get that in. Maybe both of them if they get into range. Nope, they're coming around. Oh!
First we fight, then we
Right in the ribs. Alright, let's see. We'll get this guy because we already got an aimed shot on the other one. And you can adjust the difficulty here if it's too easy for you, if it's too hard for you. That's no problem. Oh good, she's gonna heal herself. But, ouch! Oh, ouch!
Lighten up soon.
It's getting close. But I'm gonna bring it home here with Claire.
Good. Doesn't mean you just die.
Alright, and so that does it for the imps.
Until the break of dawn.
allow me.
We'll give him the flame orb and the buckler for the warrior.
On to the
Let's see what we get this time for our level up.
That
A
is
power
the
book.
rich
This
gold.
just makes an ability more powerful. We'll go ahead and make Guardian Spirit more powerful. Keep us alive. So here I've reached a checkpoint. And after that, I receive this map here. And I get to see the valley. I get to choose now if I want to go home or go to Sweetwater to see what's causing all of this corruption. But I'll leave that for you to explore. Take one more look here at what I've gotten so far. And then we'll go ahead and end the run. Now, at the end of your run, sometimes you'll get a token if you've done enough fighting. I didn't quite do enough. I was getting close there. We can go over the charm scene. And so you see I was already running with a couple of charms here. These charms you can take off or put on the necklace, however you'd like. We can go ahead and get this token. Ooh, it got an upgrade. You have a chance to get an upgrade every time you buy a token. And then we put it into this little gashapon machine. And we open it to see, ooh, we got some reflexes. So I can see my gold here is over 1,000. We can get another token. Let's get another one. This time it didn't upgrade. See what we get. Health. That's nice. I can get almost a full necklace going here. I've got 5 slots. This is my jewel here, my bronze charm of power. But you can also combine charms in this little drawer here. We get new charms. We got one of mobility this time. And certain charms will actually let you get a specific charm, so you get these recipes that you can learn as you go. These charms here on this necklace will be applied to my entire party, and I can combine all sorts of unique charms that you'll get later, and of course we'll be adding charms to the game as it goes. So one of the cool things about Popup is that you can change pretty much everything. So you remember the ability that our wizard has here, Fireball?
The 100 lying on a mountain.
So Fireball has an area of effect, and it also has range, and it has a cooldown of 2. So let's just change this ability up a little bit. So we'll jump over to Create, and we'll actually go to the character himself. You can sort of branch your way through. So we'll select Orin. And then we go to his abilities and equipment. First, actually, let's take a look at his stats. So he's got aim and he's got focus. So the focus is what lets you use area of effect, and aim is what lets you use ranged abilities. So down here, we're going to look at Fireball, and we're going to edit it. Edit that ability. So what we're going to do to it is we're going to remove the area of effect. So down here I can draw any pattern that I want. In this case I'm just taking the pattern away by just toggling these little boxes. I can actually make it so that it's 1 to 5 range. And I'm going to remove the cooldown. I can also change the uses per battle, but let's go ahead and leave them at 3. Let's lower the action points to 4 as well. And we're going to go over to the logic. And we can add any kind of logic we want here. I'm just going to add, another damage here. It's going to be fire, magical fire as well, but I'm going to make it duration based. So it's going to have an initial damage. Set the variance. I'm going to set it to 0 variance. And then I'm going to want it to do more damage up front, so I'm going to increase the weight there. To the point where they're pretty much even. So now it'll do 183 damage, and then 183 damage over 2 turns. So, like they're burning. Next, I can customize the look. So you can import all kinds of images. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and import an image myself. Let's see, this looks good. A cat fireball. Well, that's very convenient that I had that there. So you can just go ahead and crop this image any way that you'd like. In case you weren't importing the right-sized image, you can apply a crop here. You can move it around and scale it and everything. But it's already fitted for me. Wonder who did that. So we'll go ahead and change the border as well. This is all just, of course, cosmetic. It's just optional. We'll make it red. Okay, so now we're going to have to definitely make this look more like a cat fireball. This is not going to work for me if I just played the ability here.
By dragon's breath.
It just looks like a fireball to me. So, lucky for me, I have a fiery cat head here that I made. So let's take a look at that in slow motion because it warrants a second look.
Dragon's breath.
Oh, there it is. Boom. Beautiful. So that little cat head is just the same thing as anything else. You can import any image and it'll cut it out for you, turn it into a projectile, an enemy, a weapon like this little staff that he's holding here. You can just import anything with either a simple background or with transparency and it'll cut it out for you. Make these little cardboard cutouts. So now that we've got our cosmetics set, we have one more cosmetic thing that we gotta call, I don't know, Catmancy. And, of course, this can be your own cat that you would use. So you can import your own sounds, you can import your own images, so it's very customizable. We'll save this as new, and then we'll just use this little navigator here to go back to character. And here we have Orin, so we're gonna just select that new thing for him. So now he has this little Catmancy ability instead of his Fireball, so he doesn't really need focus anymore. And of course you could change all of his equipment so that it would be even better, but right now we're just doing it sort of quickly, so we can remove the focus or we can replace it. Let's replace it with Elemental Power. So now we inspect him and we can change him to Common, and we can see the difference here. So now it does 206 damage. That's a pretty nice Catmancy, well, Fireball, I guess. Sort of a Furball or Fireball combo. And so now I can save him as a build of Orin, so that I don't have to litter my box with just a bunch of Orins just because I want to give him a Fiery Cat ability. And I'll call him the Catmancer. And I'll save that as new. So now, when I go to my character select screen, I can change him to a Catmancer, and he will have Catmancy as his ability, and he actually does 223 damage. Alright, so now we can go to a run just to get something quick. Well, yeah, let's do a run. We've got the arena, we've got the top 10, we got an endless run. Let's do a top 10, why not? So in this run, you're trying to top scores, and you gain scores by dealing damage, you lose scores by taking damage. That's interesting. We got a sketchy dungeon.
Here comes the maelstrom.
Okay, so let's see. My goal is to use that Catmancy ability. So, where's my wizard? He's going after the Dungeonesque Lobster and the Ahistocrat. The Ahistocrat can't quite reach him there, but this Dungeon Lobster is ranged and will do some damage. Let's throw Magnor at him. That looks good.
These elven eyes have seen much suffering.
We'll go ahead and shield Magnor. We're not entirely heartless. Okay, and so this red here that you see and orange, it just lets you know the sort of threat mapping of the, in this case, Cheese Burglar. And the Cheese Burglar can go all the way over here. That's what it means to see that red. And so now we'll end the turn. And this... Uh-oh. He got to me. I didn't think he'd have quite enough, but he did.
Long have I watched, man.
So the way I could tell is if you can see up to that red there, that's where they're still in a threat range. But, you know, it's not too bad of a threat here, so... Uh-oh. This is a point-blank Catmancy. Okay, so that snake is toast. And now... You've lined yourselves up. Played perfectly into my trap. So you see, that was my voice acting. That lobster there, that was my voice acting. I think. It's been 7 years, so I'm not entirely sure.
Let me show you how to do some real damage.
And there's that smite.
We hurt them more than they hurt us.
I'm seeing a lot of gold that we're going to pick up here for sure.
There, it's mine. I licked it.
There we go. Now we'll exit the level. Uh-oh, blocked by a column. I see one more gold down there I missed. Ooh, this is a nice ability. Now let's try out some completely different characters. We'll try
Demons of the Wastes are only afraid of one thing. Me.
Mason.
Someone's got to deal with the fallout.
And we'll do
Want to play a game?
Remainder the Scrapper Bot.
It's your boy.
And we got Anon, the internet troll. We'll throw in Max the good boy in there. You can launch up to 5 characters, but we'll just do 4 for now. Ooh, we're going to Japan.
The world's dead.
Uh-oh. What is this? Looks like we're at a geisha's place here. You go into the onsen on the side. Should we take the side door or the main door? Let's go in the main door. We're not gonna go in the side door. We got Chimazine back there doing some voice acting. And that cat that you just heard is actually a featured character in the game. Chimazine, you can play as her or against her, actually. She's also the Cat Knight. Very versatile voice actress. So now, we got, let's see, 2 coming ahead of us. I think we're going to be alright. Now, Mason's pretty cool. He does a backflip whenever he gets attacked.
Pray you're not my prey.
And Max is also quite nice.
My KD ratio cares about age.
But now, we're going to see if...
Hello world.
Remainder, where are you at? He's got a 14 for initiative roll. Ooh, against a 31. That's a pretty high initiative. Okay, so that foot soldier's definitely going first. Let's see if we can protect him with Max.
This'll make you holy.
Alright, let's try this out.
Flame on.
I am Justifana.
Alright, come at me, foot soldier.
The CD unit is on 5.
So that BIOS reacts to whenever somebody starts. There's that nice jump there.
Mutton sandals.
And so Max reacts with a taunt. Keeps my guys safe. We're going to do a little combo here. Oh, we're not even going to need it.
Take it all.
Boom! Galvanic piston. And we'll follow that up with a little reverse polarity. Remainder got a B on the Turing test, he says. Ouch!
You think my
Oh,
KD
shift.
ratio cares about age? Ratio.
A little flame post for you. Now this is a really trolly ability. D-taunts and taunts at the same time.
I'm a dirty boy.
And that there is voiced by Moist Critical, Mr. Charlie White himself.
Someone's gotta deal with the fallout.
Alright, let's finish this.
I smell brimstone.
Ooh, survived it. Let's see here. He does... Oh, magic damage. That's what. Okay, so I don't want to use this. Tellurian contract will increase my mundane defense, but I don't want to do that. Let's see what Max can do. He's a healer. A little dog lick for the remainder. And I think
All got struck by lightning.
that we're going to be able to do this.
Bingo. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. Alright, there we go.
Registering Wadowski.
And looks like we did okay in the...
A waste wanderer wastes nothing.
Oh, nice. This Yari is very nice here.
Some ash.
And a little
Let me get
upgrade there
this
too.
one. You get the next one. That's 33 kinds of wheat.
Yeah, we'll take that. Take that. Extra gold.
I will absolve this land of its sins.
Do you accept Bitcoin?
So that's a look at Pop-Up Dungeon. Thanks for joining me. I can't wait to see what you guys are going to create come August 12th. See you then.